Hello, it's G, Black Power Bunny, and I am going to fill in all of those empty spaces today for this dating diary about it's over. So like I said, a week and some, it is over, and at that time I was obviously preparing for some races, so I didn't really have the time to do all this video blogging thing, so I'm gonna fill it in now. Disappointed? Yes, I am disappointed. Believe it or not, I'm disappointed. But then again, you gotta think, you do join a dating site to meet someone, because I was having a hard time meeting people. I'm in the air a lot. So I figured, let me get a little assistance. Met the guy, thought he was a pretty cool guy, and moved forward and felt pretty good about it. It's Jesslyn Toller who said, and I may say it's a little wrong, but the idea is still there. She said, it's not the best foot forward that you should be watching, it's the foot that is dragging behind. I believe that, believe it wholeheartedly. I believe that people put on their very best face, their very best mask, and their very best performances the first 6 months to a year. And that's friends, could be family you don't really know so well, and then also others that you would like to have a loving relationship with. I believe that wholeheartedly. I know that when times are good, times are good. No complaints, nothing to say, times are good. But when times get hard, times get rough, who are you in that moment? What is your character in that moment? That's what I look for. Because this is like paradise, so you get nothing. But when you have to be tested, then what? So, I'm a fairly simple person. I don't have a lot of expectations. I'm naturally a loner, but I do enjoy time with others. So I don't look for someone to be all up under me, because that's not how I roll. That, and I'm hardly ever here. So my whole deal is, you know, when mistakes are made, and we're gonna make mistakes, we already know I say stuff. Like, I'm gonna say some stuff. I'm gonna apologize, but I'm gonna say some stuff. So we already know that, you know, mistakes will be made, and I am a 1, 2, 3 person. You know, 1, okay, we talk about it. 2, we may not get to 3, because 3 is really asking for it. If I stay, we'll get to 2. I don't think we'll get to 3 very often. Hence, that's where we are here. So, you know, following one's intuition and gut, you know, I tell you, something happened in November. I don't know what happened in November, because we ended October with plans to do what we always do, get together, enjoy ourselves. That was October. So November rolls around, and as you all know, I had my race, and when I was training, he was full-fledged. You know, his kids play sports. He's full-fledged, giving the date, the time, da-da-da-da-da. Great. Well, the day or so before, I started getting reasons why he can't make it. Now, I am simple. Don't BS me. Just tell me. Just tell me. If you don't want to be there, say you don't want to be there. But if you say you're going to do something, you better show up. Otherwise, there will now be problems. So my very first marathon, half marathon, all I wanted was for people to be at the finish line. I did have one friend who was like, I'm going to be there beginning and finish. Thank you. Everybody else was like, okay, finish line, what time? And I told them what time to be there, because, I mean, we're talking 2 hours. I don't need you to hang around for 2 hours. That's asking for a lot from people, if you ask me. So yeah, just 2 hours, give the time. So here I am, running across the finish line, and I'm looking, and I see my family, and I'm still looking like, okay, well, maybe he's out here somewhere. He's not out here. Didn't answer the phone, didn't answer the text. We've gone out, we've eaten, we've celebrated. Silence. And then as I'm getting in the bed to go to sleep, because think about it, we're talking like 6 o'clock in the morning, I get the wackest text message ever from said dude. Now, you know I'm hurting, because I'm like, are you kidding me? You could even just say, here's what happened. No, none of that. None of that. Number 1. Now, I could have stayed there and bitched about it, but that's not how I do. I'm gonna tell you exactly why I am upset. I'm gonna figure out how we cannot have it happen again. I'm gonna even give you a second chance. That's what I did. And in the exact same time, in that moment of telling him all of this, I said, look, dude, if you don't really want to be here, then we don't have to be here. Because I do not want to fight for anybody who does not want to be with me. That is not how this G rolls. I'm good with mine, okay? I am complete by myself. This is called compliments. Okay. So he responds, so sorry, didn't mean to, just got, booked out and tired and da-da-da-da-da. And he goes back to the self that he was. Now we all know, again, you start off fresh, flowers, daily calls, all that stuff. The flowers went away, okay, so, but the daily calls were there. When I'm traveling, where are you, da-da-da. So he kind of went back to the over, I don't want to say overprotected, but the over, you should be here by now, are you there, have you landed, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so back like we had just met. You know how you straighten up? Which is not necessary. I mean, just be who you are all the time. That's what I ask. But then December rolls around. Now, I do know that the holiday party that he was going to attend, I knew he had to work that night. So I was like, if you have an earlier shift, then don't try to. So that's not so bad. I'm not worried about that. But we had other plans in December. Yeah. So now we're at 2. So now my gut is like, I can only do so much of you not following through. I think it's very easy to say no. I have no problem telling people no. I told folks no all the damn time. No, I'm not doing it. No. Not gonna be there. Sorry. No. Oops, I'm out of town. I wish I could. No. I don't believe in BSing someone. If you don't want to do it, just tell me you don't want to do it and let's just keep it moving. So now we're here in January. And knowing him over time, when things get tough in his life, he sort of shuts down. And I get that. I get it. It doesn't really help your partner, but I get it. So, reached out and he's telling me he needs time to get things together, work on this, work on that, blah, blah, blah. And my initial response is, take the time you need. But then I start to get a little funny, because at the end of the day, how much time is needed? 2 hours, 2 weeks, 2 months? When I'm dedicated, I'm dedicated. And I'm not going to go out and see other people. I'm not going to entertain other relationships. This is where I am. So now I'm on hold. Now I'm part of this holding pattern, not knowing what the deal is. And that just doesn't feel so great for me. So I hem and hawed, cried, tears, prayed about it. And then Saturday night, I thought, okay, I can do it. But Sunday night rolled around and then I realized I can't do it. I'm not going to do it. Woke up, sent a text message because he was at work. And responded back and I said, you know what, it's over. You need time for yourself. Let's just call it quits. And what really got me though is that at any time he could have said, and I rarely let people make decisions for me. I rarely give them that opportunity. Because honestly, again, you get the 2. You don't really get the 3. So we're not waiting for a third disappointment. Let's just go ahead and end this because it's just not whatever. But like I said, November, December just felt different. We weren't vibing as often, communication was off, and I knew he'd had some family losses, and so I appreciate that. I had a loss of my own, so I know that you get to this moment and you're feeling all kind of funny, you're over emotional, and you say things you don't mean to say. We didn't have that moment, but okay, I did. I said some stuff because I was just overly emotional. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I was, But no, the dynamics changed. And so I just figured, let's just pull off this Band-Aid and cut ties. A friend of mine thought, you know what, you really could have said, hey, take the time you need, and then I'm gonna go live my life. But that's ridiculous, because I don't like to have these extra strands of whatnot hanging out there. I like to cut it clean. You either want to be with somebody or you don't. It's not the same as when you're married and you need to separate for a little bit and get back together, because you try to get stuff together. Yeah, no, I didn't have that, and I felt like I'm not going to take that chance, because, I'm not a gambler. I'm really not. So, disappointed? Yeah, I'm disappointed. And, it just takes time to get back to normal, as my friends were asking me if I'm going to get back out there and do it again, as in, like, join another dating site. Possibly, but not right now. I mean, I do have feelings, and I did like the guy, you know, so it's not like I was just BSing here. That, and I have to delete him from everything, like the computer, the phone, and that's a chore in itself, so it does take some time. So we're gonna get back to normal. Maybe spring, you know, March, April's always a good time to join a dating site, I guess, or get out there. I'm gonna attempt to not travel as often, so we'll see if maybe the dynamics change. I doubt it. Because the same folks I would meet anywhere, grocery store, music store, restaurant, are the same people I would meet online. So that hasn't changed anything. At least they're in the same city though. I mean, I had that problem. At least they're in the same city. So we'll see. We shall see what happens in the future. But as of right now, we are going to enjoy ourselves. I'm still very busy, obviously, because I'm running a race every month. So I don't think about it as often. That, and I do have a lot of other projects on my plate. So, you know, when you stay busy, you don't always notice the obvious. But, you know, in the morning, your normal morning phone chats and calls and things, it just, you do feel that. That is there. But G has always persevered. We will keep an eye out for the future. And we'll just see what happens then. So I'm going to get back to getting myself together here and deleting. That's where I am right now. There's a lot of deleting. So until then, you guys enjoy your day.